Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, trinary, pangendered, sea anemones from all fathoms, yet another video game generation is at last upon us. And while we could rap about all the dithering, ray tracing, and tiddlywinks Sony Soft are fin to teraflop on our fucking faces, what I find far more engaging, not to mention hilarious, is this multi-month baiting game we've all witnessed, wherein we all know the new Xbox and PS5 are gonna launch in or around November, but ain't no one willing to actually announce their fucking price point first. Something of a pertinent query in our current climate, given we're in the middle of a facile fucking national lockdown that's rendered half the planet unemployed. Meaning if people actually intend to pay for these things, they probably need to get their frequent plasma donor cards like fucking yesterday. And as a complete aside for anyone who's donated blood, how does that exsanguination submarine sandwich punch card shit work anyway? Like every 24 pints you get a free fucking tote bag? What are they gonna mail it to at that point? A mausoleum? But I digress. The real sucking sound came when they actually revealed these fucking machines. Sony shat the bed. I am aware my bias on this subject. Now, how's about you shelve yours and admit that Sony show was shit? All that agony, all that senseless circle jerkery for an event wherein the biggest bankable reveal was a remake of Demon's Souls? I'm no Microsoft fan, but they could have shit on a screen and beat that bullshit. And by Jove, they certainly fucking tried. Given that they've gobbled up every studio that ain't nailed down for the last decade, it should come as no surprise. The Microsoft event at least had games, depending on what you're into. But why would anyone with a PC actually bother playing them on a plastic fucking box, seeing as they'll be released concurrently for both platforms, particularly with a new wave of graphics cards options like topping out in the $400 to $500 range. I'm anything but a graphics geek. I guess I just don't see the appeal in passing over the dedicated home computing version with endless customization, modability, and backwards compatibility stretching back to, the fucking 1980s, so I can play the jank-ass home console Tiger handheld fucking version with the frame rate of a rave. Color me persnickety. As for what's up with the game of corporate chicken, it's simple, guys. Beyond the developmental difficulties encountered during the PS5's production process, and in fairness, similar problems afflicted the PS3 and 4, Sony simply played the wait until the 11th hour and undercut the competition card just a bit too many times, and the competition finally caught the fuck on, it appears. Not only have numerous internal sources all but confirmed Microsoft hadn't announced the Xbox Series X's price until now, specifically because they intended to sell it at a discount compared to Sony, Xbox boss man Phil Spencer, in an interview with IGN, all but said he has the go-ahead from the CEO of Microsoft itself to sell this machine for less than the Sony console, no matter what number they ultimately announce. And so they sit, idly waiting for Microsoft to make the same mistake that Sega and Nintendo and Sega fucking again repeatedly committed, revealing their console price first, only to have Sony stage an eye-grabbing counter-event, announce their price a whole $50 to $100 fucking less, and win the generation in a single fucking evening.
Anyways, join me for a brief presentation. $299.
After 19 years in the business, what makes you think Microsoft haven't noticed? I've seen this movie so many times, I can write the fucking ending. It was a fine scam. It made for a meme or two at the time, but follow the Carney code and never hit the same mark twice, motherfucker. No one's gonna shoot the basketball for a balloon animal after they find out the rim is too fucking small. And early indications are Microsoft may have learned their lesson, at least in this lone instance, revealing a reasonable price for the all-digital Series S of around $300, while deliberately withholding the price of their mainline Series X console in what appears a calculated attempt to bait Sony into dropping the deets on the PS5. And within 12 fucking hours, the rumor mill was working up to a gale force fucking roar. But Sony, again, didn't bite. So Microsoft said fuck it and spilled the beans anyways. Series X would ship at $499, making the Series S a staggering $200 cheaper while supporting the exact same fucking games, albeit not at native 4K. And so as I sit here indulging in a fine fillet of Rant, We still do not know the PS5's price point in mid-September, less than 2 months from fucking launch, though I expect that to change at Mach speed over the next week. So I'll just say it. All that talk about the pandemic, shipment shortages, and other assorted horseshit, it's all but confirmed as of now was a wafer-thin smokescreen for the simple fact that Sony fucked the dog on console development yet again. I've alluded to the fractured state of Sony's corporate culture in the past, but in brief summation, unlike, say, Nintendo, whose divisions all seem to spin in roughly the same direction, even if, as with the Wii U, that direction ultimately turns out to be off a fucking cliff, Sony's internal structure is instead one of fractured micro-divisions, each dedicated to their individual discipline exclusively. In short, the optic drive division makes the optic drive on the PS5. The UI division makes the UI on the PS5. The shitty fucking Christmas bulb on the controller division does their utterly irrelevant work, and never the twain shall meet. Moreover, Sony actually places a premium on cultivating competition between those divisions, believing it leads to a better result. Meaning, not only are the guys who made the UI not communicating with the dudes who did the Spotify integration, they actually have an active internal incentive not to disseminate their designs until it's time to duct tape them all the fuck together and call it the PlayStation 5. As the clunky-ass PS4 UI, wherein I have to exit to the dashboard, suspend my active game, disconnecting it from the internet in the process, might I add. Also, I can open Spotify to select a song I actually intended to play in the game to fucking begin with, suddenly screaming into focus for you. Of course the console's individual elements don't play well together, neither does the company that fucking made them. Hell, in February of this year, it emerged that due to cost overruns and heating issues, the individual unit production price of the PS5 had already ballooned to $450 per console by it fucking self. And is it any wonder Sony has all the cultural synergy of downtown Kenosha? Why would their consoles be any different? And in all this, I've said almost nothing about Nintendo, whose Switch is still selling so strong, the PS Series 5 Sony Station EX Plus Alpha may in fact be fighting for second fucking place to begin with. Look, in my estimation, Microsoft haven't made their case, and Sony can sally off a fucking bridge with their third-person CinemaScope /fiction and endless procession of bow and arrow bitches. I already own a gaming PC. If I need to get fucked by a plastic box, I'll save my money and bone Cardi B. I'm Razor Fist. God fucking speed.